Welcome, everybody. I'm Liz McDonald in for Neil Cavuto. Next up, Super Bowl tickets are expensive, but staying home will be too, especially if you're serving chicken wings. Now, prices flying through the coop, soaring to record highs and up more than 10% since last year. And we've got the best guy in the country to talk about this, John Longstreet. He is CEO of Quaker Steak and Lube restaurants. His restaurants serve up massive amounts of wings all year long. John, first of all, lube means what? Because I thought it was an oil change that you're selling there.
We're a restaurant and bar, so the bar part is the lube.
The lube, so the beer is a lube, I take it?
Beer, soft drinks, and everything else that we serve.
Okay, not to be facetious, but I got to put it to you this way. Why is there a run on chicken wings?
It's incredible. And to put it into perspective, when we served our first wing at Quaker Steak and Lube in 1976, people were cutting the wings off the chickens and throwing them away. And we had to give the wings away because no one would buy them. We finally convinced people to try them, and today, a billion wings later, it's the hottest growing item on the menu in 2012.
So chicken wings are becoming as precious as gold. No, I'm kidding. But, you know, what happened in Georgia with this heist? So there was a big heist of theft of chicken wings, right?
Liz, it's like a jewel heist. Wings have become so popular that people are stealing them. I think it was like 26,000 pounds of wings or something like that. I think it was because they were expecting a shortage, and they figured they could scalp the wings and get a real high price for them.
Oh, that's an incredible story. Listen, I went to school up in Buffalo, and I went to the place where the chicken wing was invented at the Anchor Bar. And Buffalo, I'll tell you something, this is a city that basically has made a lot of money off of chicken wings. Are you concerned about the run on chicken wings?
Well, obviously, whenever there's a high demand on things, you have to be concerned. But frankly, we're delighted at Quaker Steak and Lube, a brand that has become known as Best Wings USA, to have everybody love our product so much. And we'd be crazy if we weren't delighted with that. But it does put some pressure on. I can tell you from a shortage standpoint, there doesn't appear to be one. We have plenty of wings in our restaurants, and I understand the suppliers have plenty of wings too. So that's not going to be a problem this Sunday. In fact, from a consumer standpoint, chicken wings may be the best value out there.
Why?
The cost to us has gone up about 150%, or about 50% since last year. And when I looked recently, menu prices have gone up about 2 to 3% across the system.
That's really interesting. Why have your costs gone up 50% since last year?
Well, there's a couple things that happened. We called it the perfect storm of chicken wings. There was the suppliers held back a few eggs. They didn't put as many out. They grow chickens in about 40 to 50 days, so it doesn't take long.
Are they fixing the market?
I wouldn't go that far.
Kidding.
We love our supplier partners, but they were looking at, you know, their demand and supply, and then we had the drought, and then we had corn prices go up. We refer at Quaker Steak and Lube, we refer to chickens as corn with wings, and it's directly related to the price of corn.
Corn with... So, listen, should the Super Bowl fan be worried that they're not going to have their chicken wing on Sunday?
They should not be concerned, and they should also recognize that even though they may be paying a little bit more than what they paid last year, it's a tremendous value because the restaurants haven't reflected it in their prices.
How much more versus last year?
I would guess that chicken wings are going to be somewhere between 2 and 5% higher in the restaurant. And remember, the restaurant paid 50% more to buy them than they did last year.
I love that you reveal a little chicken wing history here, that the reason why we have chicken, you know, pieces, right? Tell me that. So we have the chicken wing, and then you have the chicken tenders. When all of a sudden the chicken wings are out there, and then all of a sudden you see chicken tenders on the menu. Why?
People started selling chicken wings in the, you mentioned the Anchor Bar, in the late 60s, and then we did in 1976. First ones in a big way that did it, because they were good and they were cheap. And what happened over time is the wings started driving the bird. In other words, there's more wings demanded than any other part of the bird. So all of a sudden, the poultry suppliers were faced with a dilemma. Too much breast meat, too much dark meat, what do we do? So the industry came up with something called boneless breaded chicken wings.
So they essentially said, if you're going to take our chicken wings, you got to take the other meat too, right?
That's exactly what they said. They have to balance it out. What do you do with the rest of the meat? So that's how boneless breaded chicken wings were created. They're really breast pieces that were created in order to match the demand. And by the way, in the growth of chicken wings last year, 81% of the growth of it was in boneless breaded. So the consumers love them. They love the boneless breaded just like the real ones.
Who knew? I love being a business history geek. I'm very geeky, and you just really taught me some interesting points there. John Longstreet with Quaker Steak and Lube Restaurant. So good to be with you, sir, and happy anniversary to you and your wife. It's this weekend, right?
It is.
Thank you very much,
in New York
Liz. City. Good to be with you. Thank you.